This video is sponsored by Squarespace and I'll be talking more about them later on. Good morning guys. Today I'm gonna get the house a little bit more spring ready. The days are getting warmer, they're getting a little bit longer and the sun is shining more, which I am just absolutely loving. But I feel like it's time to take away some of those like warmer wintry vibes in the house. I've also got some Valentine's stuff up which I want to take down, but I really want to start the day with my favorite thing for spring, which is florals. Anything bright and scented is just my favorite. So I've been out in the garden and picked up some bits, and what I really want to do, because I've done a few bulb arrangements which I'll show you later, but I kind of fancy doing a little arrangement. I don't know if any of you remember that I picked this one up, I think it must have been about last summer now, in an antique store, and it's an old jelly mold, but I thought it would look so stunning, hopefully with some flowers in. I picked up some helleborus from the garden too, a few daffodils there, though I don't know if I'm going to use those, and I do have some flowers here just from the supermarket because there isn't that much in the garden at the moment. Let's be honest, it's still looking a little bit bare. And I also got some just a few new bits for the house, which I'll show you later to make it a little bit more spring-like. But first up, I'm gonna get into this. So I've been watching, I'm definitely not great with flowers and floral arrangements yet. I know that, I feel like one of you told me because for my last birthday I got quite a few flowers and I like rearranged them all because it's my favorite thing to do. And I put daffodils in with them, and I think one of you said that they probably weren't good with the other flowers, like they might be poisoning them, so hopefully I don't do that today. But nonetheless, you learn from all of these mistakes. So I'm gonna start by putting a little grid over here with just I've got some like floral tape, which will hold the arrangement a little bit more together, hopefully. I've never done this before. I usually just pop it in like a normal bowl, but I'm excited to try something a bit different. So I've got my grid, which looks quite wonky at the moment, and I'm gonna start by kind of choosing more of the foliage, so these pieces, to build it up, and then I'm gonna start putting in some of the more floral pieces. Just have a little bit of fun with it. I put the water in and the jelly mold just looks so adorable. I've actually got another one, so if I have enough, I might do two. So I still have a lot to learn. I wanted to try and get it. Have you guys seen those lovely flower arrangements where they kind of like swish across with some movement? The thing that I don't think I've mastered is the negative space yet. I feel like I filled it a little bit too much, but not in the back. I'm too empty at the back in places, but that's partly because I just didn't have enough, basically. I need more flowers in my garden for spring. And then I did add in a pop of colour because I felt like perhaps it was a little bit too white, especially at the front, and you don't see these so much. So yeah, I'm gonna find somewhere to pop this one. I think this might head into the kitchen. And now I think I'm gonna start in the living room and get rid of everything I don't want, have a bit of a spring clean, or clear out.
I see you watching me when we're with our friends. It's definitely something in the air, so let's take it from there, cause I know you want it, afraid to let it show, and I know you need it. Why don't we let it grow, grow, grow? I think it's time we stop tipping on our toes. What's holding you back?
And I just wanted to pop in to say a big thank you to Squarespace, who are sponsoring today's video, and they have kindly been supporting my channel recently. If you don't know, Squarespace is the all-in-one platform where you can make a website, blog or e-commerce site. And my own website is actually powered by Squarespace, which I made a few months back, and I really enjoyed the process. For somebody who isn't at all tech savvy, I found it really easy to be able to get involved and really make my stamp on my website. So I've got a blog section, I have a section where you can get in contact, and if I wanted to in the future, I could also add an e-commerce section to it if I decided to sell anything on it, which may be something I decide to branch into in the future. So it's really open for endless possibilities. So if you're looking to start your own website or blog or e-commerce site, I would highly recommend checking out Squarespace, giving it a go. They actually have a free trial, so you can try it out, see the back end of how it all works, even start putting together your own website, getting creative and having fun with it. And then when you're ready to go live, you can click my link below or go to squarespace.com/Laura to get 10% off your first website or domain. But they truly make it so easy to get online. But let's get back to this now. Okay, so now I've had a tidy away and a bit of a clean, and I'm left with pretty much a blank slate to start bringing stuff back in, but it feels much fresher now. I've got rid of a lot of the things that we've kind of almost had in here since about Christmas time, so it'd be nice to get some fresh bits in here and just things that make it feel a little bit brighter. Want to hide this pink situation here because I just don't like that in this room. And the first things first, I think I'll get some of the plants and florals in here, so I'll show you what I got up to last week when I started planting some of them. Now you have to get yourselves some bulbs, guys. For years I put off these kind of arrangements because I thought that they would be a bit of a faff, kind of messy, but they're not at all. Bulbs are so easy and they're really resilient, so they don't need any soil for their nutrients. You could literally just pop them in a jam jar with a bit of water. So that's kind of what I'm showing you here. I've got a glass vase and I'm just cleaning off all of the bulbs, so getting rid of all of the soil, and then I've popped a bit of moss, which I picked up from Amazon, and then I also picked some stones from the front garden, and you literally just pop them in. It is the easiest thing. Obviously this is slightly messy, but if you can manage to get rid of the soil outside, this would be such a simple thing to do in a flat, or if you didn't have a garden even. And for some of them I popped them in a wicker basket, and I did use soil for this just because I wanted to be able to raise the height slightly, and I put mostly hyacinths in these because I love the smell of them. I find they usually use, depending on the heating and how hot it is, about 2 to 3 weeks. So I got here 2 packs of 6 for £9. So as far as like flowers go and going out and buying tulips and daffodils, this is a much cheaper alternative. And also it's just a really fun activity. If you're struggling for things to do at the moment, or you're wanting things to do with the people that you're living with, this is a really fun spring idea. Plus seeing them grow just never gets old, whatever age you are. So this is basically one that I made earlier. You guys may have seen this one in one of my videos that I did quite a while ago. I just couldn't wait to try it out. And this one is kind of on its like second lease of life now. These are the second flowers that have come out of it. It smells divine, and I've been waiting to put it in here. Also looks like these are about to sprout out too, but I thought this one could sit beautifully here. Then I picked up a few new things for this room, and probably the main piece is this. I always feel like wicker rattan, it goes all year round, but I especially like it spring, summer. And I loved this one because we always like having a tray on our ottoman. If you want a drink, I always put some flowers on it, that kind of thing, probably a candle. But also, if we didn't want it in this room any longer, it can actually be used as a tray. It's got handles as a normal tray to take drinks to the garden, that kind of thing. So hopefully it will be multi-use, and I literally plan to put that one there. Then, not really a spring thing, but something that I've wanted for a while is some kind of like bougie matches for the living room, you know, so that we are forever walking to the kitchen to get the lighter and light a candle, and I end up not doing it because I don't have something right there. So these are just picked up off of Etsy. They're just in a lovely little glass vase, and then they also have the lighter section on the bottom there. And I do like, as much as I love real flowers and florals, one thing with them is that they just don't last that long. Actually the bulbs are amazing because they last weeks, and you kind of like benefit from them for weeks. But the flower arrangement that I did earlier won't last that long. So I also wanted to get something for spring that just felt really fresh, but wasn't necessarily too girly. Like I looked at blossoms and I looked at magnolia and I just didn't quite feel like it was quite right. And then I saw these and they just felt that kind of like a little bit rustic, but at the same time really nice. I don't know whether I'm going to put these in the dining room or either up on the mantle. I need to find the right vase for them. I have picked up another vase, but it was a little bit smaller than I was imagining. I really like it. It's from Dunelm. I think this one was about £8. Again, I just love the fresh white feel of it, but I think it'll be perfect for kind of like on the ottoman there rather than on the mantle. I think the mantle, I mean, obviously I'd bend these, but I think they need something a little bit larger. Decided to swap this one out for the one upstairs. We've got one identical, but it's got a bit of a greeny sage base, and upstairs in the green room you barely see it because I always sit with a cushion in the office, so I'm gonna swap those over. And now I need to tidy up my mess in here. Wondering if I can get away without ironing or steaming this. I'm going to leave this pretty simple. This is the main feature. I can't believe how quickly these are coming out. I'm hoping that they'll be out in the next week or so, and then I might have to do another little wooden teepee again to keep them up. And then I use this one as a bit of a runner, and actually, I think it's fine, not ironed. Totally get away with it. I thought I'd just show you, probably maybe for my birthday. I mean, it's only gonna be me and Ollie. I might do a little tablescape with these, something kind of a bit fun and pretty. I also have lots of different, so it's like my little cupboard down here. So these here are from Neptune, and then I love these. I bring these out every summer, and also some of the neutrals. These are the kind of things I'd go for, but to be honest, nobody's coming right now. I'm not seeing anybody. But this is the kind of spring vibe that I do on the table if people were to come, you know, in a different life. Now, I don't really decorate for Easter. I think it's something that usually you do a bit more when you have kids, but I can't help but feel like that just feels too plain. And I have just found the box whilst picking out these. So these are actually real, and I kept them from last year, and they held up pretty well in the box, to be honest. But they just, I mean, I think that just does add something to them. So I think I'm gonna pop those on. Okay, so this is now the living room. Just a few small tweaks. A lot more greenery on the top there, and I added some lighter blues into the bottom. And then I do love these twigs over here because it kind of means once the fresh flowers are gone, I can still have some greenery there all of the time, even when I've got no more flowers to pick. And unfortunately, I'm not sure if you've been able to tell, but my tape has all gone kaput inside. You can't quite see from there, but unfortunately it's just like caved in. So I think next time I might need to bring it further down the pot, but it still looks pretty. I might try and fix that another day. And then I'm absolutely loving, I'm gonna come to this side because it'll look a bit lighter, the lovely new tray. I think it just makes it so much fresher in here, and the vase too. And you may be able to see quite a few mini eggs were eaten today whilst this video was being filmed. So I have a very sad amount in there left. I'm gonna have to fill that up again now. And I've got more of a kind of summery, spring summery fragrance going, but I actually did purchase the spring candle from the White Company, but it hasn't turned up yet. Another fragrance that I love, I think it's called Spring or Spring Bulbs from St. Evil, the Cornish Candle Company. It's another one of my faves for this time of the year, and I've just put some books there. And then I freshened up the cushions a little bit, though I feel like these need a little bit of love. They definitely need a bit of pattern, because I've popped this one over here, which I quite like, but I think yeah, I need some pattern on the other side. And then in here I literally just freshened up the table a little bit, put some flowers on the mantle, and also over here, which is definitely screaming a little bit Easter. I can't wait until these pop out. As you can see, it's already getting dark, and I did just slightly try and brighten this a bit. You can see down there the stash of drinks still from Christmas because we didn't see anybody. But I'm going to sign this one off here because I have some painting to do this afternoon, and then hopefully I will be decorating for spring up on the top floor. But make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out on that. I will see you guys all in the next one. Thanks for coming along with me today, and I hope that you're all well.